Hey, what do you hear? What do you say? Let's fucking go, guys. Let's go. UFC 327 is here. It's been a couple weeks of UFC Apex or, a special fight night, and they've been good, but UFC 327 is just fucking mwah. I've seen people say, it's like a 7, it's like a 6. Get the fuck out of here. It's not like, dude, I'm so hyped right now, man. I'm so hyped. I didn't release a video earlier in the week. I've been busy, but I also been watching a fuck ton of tape. I've been studying each fighter, and I think these are going to be the best predictions, okay? I'm really excited for this card. You can tell I'm hyped as shit. Let's just get right into it with okay, hold on. Before I start, the fights, the order I have, they're not correct. Some of them are a bit out of place. It's been like made this before the final order was released. You know what I mean? You feel my vibe. You know what I mean? But all right, whatever. Charles Radke versus Francisco Prado. Charles Radke coming off a win against Daniel Frunza, a loss against Mike Mallet, who is fuck, dude. Next week is gonna be fucking terrible. I don't want to fucking do it. UFC Canada, Winnipeg. Mike Mallet versus Gilbert Burns. What the fuck are we doing with Gilbert Burns main eventing in the Big 26? What are we doing, guys? Fuck. I get it's Canada. That's not the point. Sorry. Charles Radke, he is, I would say he's really good. He's a good MMA fighter. He's good all around. He's got fast striking. He's got good power. Really nice left hook. Really good grappling. He dominated Daniel Frunza, got the rear naked choke in round 3, almost had it in the second round. And yeah, he's good. He's only lost in the UFC to good competition. You got Carlos Prates, went viral for the knee KO right down the fucking middle. I don't know if maybe Radke was pissing blood after the fight. You got to feel for the guy. And then got KO'd by Mike Mallet. And Mike Mallet, yeah, even though I just went on a quick rant about the main event, Mike Mallett's good, so that's not that bad. So he's only lost a pretty good comp. Low-key, good chin. He got chinned by Mallet, but Mallet seems to have power, you know what I mean? And he's got really good cardio with good pressuring. Francisco Prado, coming off a loss against Nikolai Veretennikov, a loss against Jake Matthews, and a loss against Daniel Zellhuber. That's not fucking right. That's not right, is it? No, it is right. It is. Daniel Zellhuber? Oh, I mean, I guess. Sorry, I just had to make sure. I was tweaking for a second. Yeah, 3 losses in a row. Zellhuber, that's not a good look, man. Zellhuber just fucking lost against Bobby Green. And maybe, hey, man, maybe I was wrong about Bobby Green, King Green. Maybe he's still good. But yeah, a loss against Jake Matthews, which is not that bad, Jake Matthews, in my opinion, is good. He's a veteran. He's good. And a loss against Nikolai Veretennikov. That's okay. That's okay. That's not that bad. It was a decision. It wasn't like he got knocked out. So it's not that bad. But low-key, he's not good. He's not a good fighter. He makes dumbass decisions on the ground. He's got heavy ground and pound. I will say this. He's got mid-striking, though. And he's just a fucking dumbass on the ground. He easily gives up positions. Yeah, he can get a takedown, but you can easily reverse it. It's just low IQ. He's just got low IQ when it comes to the game, man. When it comes to the game. So that's why I'm going to have to go with the Radke round 2 submission. Maybe this goes to the scorecards. Maybe not. Maybe this is a ground and pound TKO third round. Who knows? But I'm going to go with Radke by round 2. Fuck it. Rear naked choke submission. Maybe I could even see an arm triangle. Who knows? Okay, let's get on to the next one. Oh, shit. This is a good one. Markel Medeiros versus Chris Taco Padilla. Markel Medeiros coming off a win against a Domino's fucking driver, Mark Choinsky. A split decision against Austin Hubbard. That's not that good of a look, man. That's not that good of a look. Albeit the Choinsky fight brutalized him with leg kicks. He's got really good leg kicks. I'll give him that. Chris Badia coming off a win against Ismail Bonfim. That was, I forget what, that was on Randy Brown versus Gabriel Bonfim, that card. I would say that was in that was in the fall, whatever. But that was a pretty dominant victory. Broke Ismail easily, and then a win against Jai Herbert and a win over against Rong Zhu. And I think Rong Zhu is good. I think Jai Herbert's pretty good too. He's on next week's card. But just looking at these fucking names, you got Chris Badia's opponents who are UFC fighters, and then Medeiros' opponents who are literally fucking Walmart quick shoppers. You know what I mean? Who pick out stuff for the customers and just give it to them who are sitting in the car. Mark Choinsky, that guy fucking. What are we doing, man? What are we doing? It's not that good. I actually rate Chris Padilla pretty highly. He's good. Honestly, he's got some of the best defense in the UFC right now. Okay, he's got really good defense. He's one of those fighters that he gets an opponent and he's like, he puts the sunglasses down and he's like, computer, boot up, blank. Computer, boot up Markel Medeiros. And he's like simulating and shit and he's watching tape. He's one of those fighters that just studies and comes up with the perfect game plan. Like I said, great defense. He's pretty well-rounded, but his grappling is probably his like best stuff. He's really good in the clinch too. He's heavy. And also, even when he's grappling or in the clinch, he's staying busy. He's not a fucking game run, but he's not a smudge wrestler. Maybe, not so often, but maybe sometimes. But every time he's on the ground, he is trying to stay busy. In the clinch, he's trying to stay busy against the cage, knees, short uppercuts, shit like that. He's not boring. He's good. He's got good leg kick defense. He's got, I already mentioned the good defense. I will say he doesn't have a lot of pop. He did TKO Ismail, but that was kind of like a breaking down. It was like a train smashing into an already broken car stuck in the middle of the road. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying. And he's got really good cardio, and I think that's going to be the huge thing that plays into this fight. Medeiros, he's not that proven, He seems to not have the best gas tank. He's got decent power. Like I said, he's got great kicks. But the gas tank, I think, is going to be the biggest part of this fight. So I'm going to go with a Padilla round 3 TKO on the ground. Maybe goes to decision 29-28. Medeiros wins the first round. Then Padilla slowly takes over. Shit like that. But I just think Padilla's going to get it done. So shout out him. Next fight. Kelvin Gastelum. Coming off a win over Dustin Stolfus. Look at this fucking guy, dude. Look at the picture I put. Oh my God. How is he a middleweight? I will say this. I think he's locked in for this fight. I've heard a bunch of stuff about him getting together with a nutritionist. He's really getting down to the birds and the bees of this shit. Loss against Joe Pyfer. That was really close. He got 10-8'd in the first round, dropped 2 times. Wait, or is that? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was first round he got dropped 2 times. Or, dropped 2 times. And then, low-key, if he did a little more, he honestly could have made that a draw. And that's pretty impressive. We just saw Joe Pyfer win against Izzy. You know what I mean? And then we got a win over Daniel Rodriguez, D-Rod. Oh my God. Yo, I got a banger of a video coming up talking about UFC problems. I'm not going to go into it that much. But D-Rod's disappearance, that's a key component for that video, man. Where the fuck is D-Rod? Actually, today, it's funny I bring this up today, the video of him, like an Instagram clip of him being like, hey, I'm finally out, with a mariachi band playing. So he was probably in prison, like a Taiwan prison or something, which is fucking crazy, dude. Whatever. Vicente Luque coming off a loss against Yoel Alvarez, loss against Kevin Holland, and then a win over Themba Grimbo. Win over Themba Grimbo, not that bad. And, it's not really good. It's not that bad. But, fuck. Hey, The Rock probably took his house back. Themba Grimbo is probably homeless now. If you don't know, The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, gifted Themba Grimbo a house And Themba was like, "Oh my God, thank you." But now he's probably good. You know, he's probably gone. He's probably sleeping on benches and shit, struggling to make ends meet. The loss against Kevin Holland, submitted round 2 by a Darce. You know, or was it an Anaconda? No, it was a Darce. I'm pretty sure. Darce, the Darce King himself, Vicente Luque. What the fuck just flew past my window? Holy shit! I just saw like a monkey shadow. What the hell was that? Sorry. And then a loss against Yoel Alvarez, which is not that bad, to be honest, because Yoel Alvarez is pretty good. And he took him to a decision. However, in the fight, Yoel Alvarez, I think maybe it was a left hook, clipped Vicente Luque in his eye hole. And Luque was like, "Oh, it was an eye poke." It wasn't an eye poke. And his eye was fucked. But took him to a 30-27 dominant decision for Yoel Alvarez. I'm going to have to go with Kelvin Gastelum. Listen, man. It's a Thursday. We got 2 days before the weigh-in. Or no, like 1 day before the official weigh-ins. Maybe this fight gets pulled off. Gets canceled because Kelvin weighs 30 pounds over the weight limit. Who knows? But I trust Kelvin on the stand-up. Maybe he gets the knockdown and TKO'd. Maybe he just gets a flush KO right on Vicente Luque's chin. I never really noticed how primitive Luque looks. This guy's got a big fucking head. I'm not going to lie. Maybe not as big as Ethan Ewing. But this guy looks like a fucking caveman. He looks like a nomadic tribe leader. You know. But I also can trust Kelvin on the ground, especially if he if he weighs like 2 pounds heavier. Fuck, man. I gotta look into how much he weighs after the weigh-in, but before the fight. You know how fighters can like rehydrate and gain some weight. This guy's gotta gain back, 50 pounds? The picture is killing me. I swear it is. It's crazy. But yeah, easy 30-27, maybe a round 1 KO. Vicente Luque's washed. Yeah, gotta feel bad, but I like both of them, to be honest. Then we get on to, here we go. Mateusz Gamrot versus Esteban Ribovic. Gamrot coming off a dominant loss against Charles Oliveira, but that's not that bad of a look. It really isn't, because it's Oliveira. And then a dominant win over Ludovic Klein. That is a good win. Klein is good. I like Ludovic Klein. And then a loss against Dan Hooker. Some people say it was a robbery. I don't think so. I do think he won rounds 1. But I think Dan Hooker managed to get rounds 2 and 3. And here's the thing about Gamrot, right? We know he's a smudge wrestler. That's his thing. Gets people down to the ground. Maybe not really hold them down. But even if you get back up, he's going to shoot again. Low-key, a little bit of a questionable gas tank. I will say it's good. But if you put up a bunch of resistance like Dan Hooker did, he's gonna slow down a lot. Okay? And another thing I'll say, he's got underrated striking. He really does. Maybe not a lot of power, but underrated striking. He looked good with the striking against Hooker, you know? Esteban Ribovic, my GOAT. I really like him. But coming off a win against Elvis Brenner, a loss against Nazareth Hakraprast. A lot of people say that was a robbery. I think it was just super competitive. And then a win over Daniel Zellhuber. Which back then when it happened, that was looking like a really good win. But now, not so much, which is really sad. But yeah, it took him to a split decision. Whatever. Here's the thing, guys. I get it. I get why a lot of people are going with Gamrot. You know, Ribovic fought a guy. What was his last name? It was like Loke. I rewatched that. Loic. It was like a Russian last name. I forget what it was. That guy's got some sneaky good wins. Has a win over Ribovic. And he kind of got, I wouldn't say he got dominated. He knocked him down. in that fight. Ribovic did with, I think it was a body shot. Now listen, this guy's a brawler. This guy's got super fast hands and kicks, really good leg kicks, and a really good shin too. He can get hit, but especially by Gamrot, let's be fucking honest. Gamrot's not knocking this guy out. You know? He's not TKOing him on the ground. He's got really good cardio. Now here's the thing, okay? Come closer to me. Come closer. Listen up. He's a crafty grappler. He's crafty. What I like from him is he goes for the Kimura grip a lot. Now, not really to try to go for the Kimura submission, but he uses the Kimura to sweep and reverse positions, get back up, shit like that. And I think that's going to be really, really good in this fight. His pressure, too. He's got really good gas tank, like I said. We've seen that in literally every one of his fights. You know, and he's got pretty good takedown defense. It's definitely improved since that Loic fight that I talked about. I think he got taken down 11 times in that fight, but it was competitive. It wasn't like a sleep fight where Ribovic just got laid on for 3 rounds straight. It was a 29-28. But I understand why people are going with Gamrot. I really do. But I just got to go with my boy Ribovic by a split decision, 29-28. I just got to go with it. I think that crafty grappling is going to come through. And I could just see this fight being like, holy shit, we underestimated Esteban. I see you, Esteban. I see you. I can envision that, you know? I could see it. I could see it in my third eye. But then I can also see, right, after this fight, people being like, whoa, hold on now. Gamrot's actually not boring. Because that's a bit of a narrative sometimes. Gamrot's boring. But that's another thing I'm envisioning. I could see people being like, Gamrot, he's a bit of a entertaining fighter. You know, his striking is pretty good. That's 2 narratives I could see. But I got to go with Ribovic split decision 29-28. Or, you know, the other thing, of course, is UD 29-28 for Gamrot. But got to go with Ribovic. Banger of a fight. Super excited. Next up, Patricio Pitbull versus Aaron Pico. Pitbull coming off a win over Dan Ige. Not looking too good. Loss against Yair. Where the fuck is Yair, dude? Where is Yair? Where is he? Pitbull lost to Yair, then proceeds to win another fight, and then proceeds to be fighting this Saturday. Yair, that was his last fight. Where the fuck is he? And it's not like, oh, Yair is in a spot where he doesn't know who to fight. Dude, you have a fight against Diego Lopez, which I understand Diego is booked up, but still, there's some animosity between the two. You could do Yair versus John Silva. That would be a banger of a fight, you know? Where the fuck is he? Aaron Pico coming off of that brutal KO, spinning elbow KO by Lerone Murphy. His UFC debut. Now listen, Aaron Pico, he's like Michael Chandler a little bit. He's a glass chin gladiator. He's got power. Some people say it's overrated. I think it's pretty good. I think it's good. I don't think it's the nightmare power some people say about Aaron Pico, especially before the Murphy fight. But not gonna lie, he was looking pretty good against Murphy. That spinning elbow, it wasn't a fluke by all means. It wasn't. Perfectly timed. I'm pretty sure Murphy was even practicing that. It was perfect. But Pico was putting the pressure on. You know, he was loading up good. He looked pretty good. Patricio Pitbull, on the other hand, he looks old. He really does. He got dropped by Yair. He's got power. He's got striking. But I just got to go with the round 2 TKO by Aaron Pico. Listen, man, listen. Damn, I got burpees. Listen. Maybe this is a round 1 TKO. Maybe Aaron Pico goes out there and says, fuck it. Fuck it. It's Patricio Pitbull. This guy's not Lerone Murphy. I ain't going to be scared. But I think, 1, the octagon jitters are going to be gone. That was a UFC debut on a co-main pay-per-view card. I would be nervous too. I'd be nervous as shit. I'd be literally shitting my pants on the walkout. Literally a line of shit just coming after me from me walking out. That would be the thing. Two, I think Pico is definitely gonna be more reserved. I don't think it's gonna be the case of him not throwing at all or rarely throwing, but I think it's gonna be the case of, okay, maybe I hurt him, but I'm just gonna ease up on the gas pedal. And also, he's been training with Chimaev, Roundtree. He's been training with that group. So it's not like I don't think his cardio is good. I think his cardio is good. But I don't see a round 1 KO. I think he's going to be more reserved, like I said. Ease back. And then eventually, when he feels like nothing is going to come back from him, he's going to tee off. You know? I think he's fast. He's good. But I just see round 2 TKO. Bellator versus Bellator. I'm excited for this fight, though. Next up, Kevin Holland versus Randy Brown. Kevin Holland coming off a loss against Mike Malott. That's a weird fight. His balls was hot. You know, he got cup checked maybe 3 times. It was super weird. The whole shit about this, I'm not going to go too much into that. I've been rambling for a bit. I'm not going to go into too much, but it was just weird. A loss against Daniel Rodriguez, D-Rod. That's a terrible fucking loss. And then a pretty dominant win over Vicente Luque, like I said. Randy Brown coming off a loss against Gabriel Bonfim. A win over Nicholas Dalby, which is actually pretty good. I think Dalby's a bit underrated. And then low-key a robbery loss against Brian Battle. Battle didn't do shit. He just clinched. And now look at where Battle's at. PFL. Just lost his PFL debut. But listen, man. I got to go with 29-28 Brown. I think Brown is good. Low-key bit underrated. He's got good striking. He's got, I would say he's got good enough grappling ability, you know? He got knocked down by Nicholas Dalby. That's kind of worrisome. But I think he just got a little emotional. Now, here's the thing with this fight, guys. And it's this way with every Kevin Holland fight. It's really a 50-50. It's really what kind of Kevin Holland is going to come out into the big lights and perform. We don't know. We never know. He can have a generational performance against Vicente Luque and then lose to a guy like D-Rod. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? And then lose against Mike Malott. But that's kind of like that has an asterisk right next to it, you know? It was weird. But it's just a 50-50. And I gotta be honest, I just gotta trust in Brown more than the 50-50 Kevin Holland. I know Kevin Holland recently this media week has been like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna go in there and beat his ass. I'm gonna go out there and destroy some Randy Brown ass. I'm gonna make him brown. Pause. But I don't know. I just gotta go with the Brown 29-28. Maybe we see Kevin Holland put on that champ, put on the crown, and just easily destroy Randy Brown. 2nd round submission. Maybe we see that. But I just got to go with the safer option in Brown 29-28. Okay? Then we get on to, ooh, fuck. This is a banger. This is a banger, dude. If it wasn't for the main event, this is going to be fight night. 100%. Cub Swanson, retirement fight, coming off a win against Billy Quarantillo. A robbery loss against Andre Fili. I do think that was a robbery. And then a win over Hakeem Dawandu. Okay? Nate Landwehr coming off of a... Dude, I was in person for this. A brutal TKO against Morgan Charretier. And then a bit of a... It's like that performance against Doohoo Choi. It's like one of those performances and fights that you look and you watch and you're like, Jesus, dude, that's like pity. You pity Nate Landwehr. Got him in... Doohoo Choi got him in side control and just elbowed him. Nate Landwehr was like, I'm still in it. But what are you going to do? He couldn't do anything, you know? He literally couldn't do anything. And then a crazy comeback win against Jamal Emmers. That's pretty good. But, Nate Landwehr, he's this guy who doesn't have a lot of power, He's not that bad of a striker. He's got low-key underrated grappling too. He submitted Ludovic Klein with, I think it was a Darce choke in the third round. Pretty sure the second, I forget. I was just watching that. But he's one of those, he's Nate the Train, you know? He comes. Uh, Pause. But he if you don't dominate him, he's gonna bulldoze you. You know? Cub Swanson, retirement fight, getting up in there in age, and that's the key factor with this fight. Is Cub Swanson too old to stop Nate the Train? And I don't think so. He won against Billy Quarantillo. That was a banger of a fight. Got I think it was a 1-2 KO down the pipe. And that was a year ago, I think, or 2 years ago. He's been out for a bit. He was considering retirement and then comes back for this fight to be the retirement. I don't think that's a good idea. I think that was a crazy fight and a really good KO. I think he should just retire from that. But can't complain. This is a banger of a fight. Let's just hope he doesn't get knocked out. Cub Swanson, he's a vet. He's the vettiest vet of all time right now because he's the last WEC fighter on the UFC roster right now. All of them are gone. Aldo, Cruz, Faber, people like that, man, they're all gone. Cub Swanson's the last. And then after Saturday night, there's going to be no more, you know? But fuck. It's really... Nah, it's not a 50-50. I got to go with my boy. Cub Swanson, 29-28, maybe even a third round TKO, okay? This is going to be a banger of a fight. I'm super excited. Cub Swanson's got the power and the speed. Maybe not the durability anymore. He's also got good grappling. His judo, oh my God. Just literally look up Cub Swanson judo compilation. It's beautiful. His throws are beautiful. He's a dog. He's got great cardio. Even when he's gassed, he's going to come forward. Pause. He's going to come forward and, try to fuck you up. He's not going to give up on himself. Same with Nate Landwehr a little bit. But I think Cub Swanson has the striking and the grappling advantage. But it's just, it all depends on, is Cub getting up there in age too much? I think he's like 42, 41 right now. Is he up there in age? And who knows? But I think this is going to be like the perfect last fight. What I mean is, like, if you were to win this fight and retire, that's the perfect stop, I don't think he would perform the same his next fight. This is literally the limit of fights he could take before he retires. This is it. Okay? I just got to go with Swanson, 29-28, maybe around 3 TKO. But let's just get on to Tatiana Suarez versus Lupita Gunes. Suarez coming off a loss, win over Lemos, loss against Weili Zhang, win over Jessica Andrade. Godinez, win over Jessica Andrade. Julia, what the fuck am I doing? Listen, man, no offense to WMA. 29-28, Suarez fought the better comp. Took some time off because surgeries and shit, was looking like a great fucking unstoppable prospect before she had to go away. Comes back, loses to Weili. That's not bad of a loss. Godinez losing to Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie Dern's not that bad, but not on the same level of Weili. Just going to go with the 29-28. It was, as we get on to, here we go. Curtis Blades versus Josh Hokit, whatever. Listen, hate the guy, love the guy. You can't say he's a bad fighter. I understand that Josh hasn't fought a lot. I think this is going to be his 4th fight in the UFC. Technically, his 3rd. He's had 2 fights in the UFC besides the Dana White Contender Series. So this is going to be his 3rd fight, basically. Looking really dominant so far. Curtis Blades coming off a win, low-key, a robbery win over Rizvan Kuniev. A loss against Tom Aspinall. He's the champ. There's no thing. And then, honestly, I low-key think it's a fluke win against Charlton Almeida. I really do. He was getting dominated that entire fight before the elbows when Almeida was shooting. But who knows? Maybe Curtis Blades could have slowed him down, get him win no matter what. But I just think it was a bit of a fluke. Like I said, Josh Hokett coming off a middle finger TKO against Denzel Freeman. Yeah. Now, who do I think is going to win? I think Josh has the better cardio. I'm not going to lie. Maybe their cardio is on the same level. But I think Josh is one of those fighters that, or like compared to Curtis Blades, he's got better movement and he's more agile. You know, I think he's a better athlete overall. But we've seen a lot of the NFL players, football players coming from football to the UFC, Greg Hardy, and then just get chinned easily. So maybe Josh is one of those. We don't know. We don't really know. This is number 4 ranked heavyweight versus a not ranked third fight in the UFC opponent. I think Curtis Blades could have the better grappling, better wrestling and everything, but I low-key think Josh has the better striking and the better gas tank. I kind of want Curtis Blades to win, but then again, I kind of want Josh to win because I know a lot of people don't like him because of the antics he's been doing, especially with Yuri. I don't like the stuff with Yuri. Leave him alone. Yuri's the GOAT. But he's entertaining. And you can't sit there and say, we don't need this shit, man. This is not the WWE. Connor did it. Chael Sonnen did it. Colby did it. What the fuck are you talking about? I get it, man. He puts on stupid personas that are so evident because he switches it up. While Chael, you could actually think that's his real persona. But it's basically the same thing, you know? I just got to go with Josh Hokett 29-28. And maybe this is y'all must have forgot type of performance from Curtis Blades. And then Josh, if he loses, shit, man, that's going to be bad. You know, that's going to be bad. But I think Josh is going to win 29-28. I'm excited to see. Oh, my God. We got an hour and 30 before the press conference for mine. I'm recording us on Thursday, 3:33. Press conference starts at 5. I'm so fucking excited for that. That's going to be awesome. But, yeah. Dominic Reyes versus Johnny Walker. Reyes coming off a loss against Carlos Ulberg. Not bad. That's not bad. Listen, that was a bit of a style clash. Ulberg's style is always going to beat Dominic Reyes' style. Okay? A win over Nikita Krylov and then a win over Anthony Lionheart Smith. Fuck. Johnny Walker coming off of maybe not a fluke, but a win over Zhang Mingyang, which was crazy. Calf kick. Brutal KO against Volkan Ozdemir, and then a brutal KO against Ankalaev. This is just the battle of the chins. Who has the worst chin? And I think it's Johnny Walker. I think Reyes is going to win round 1 KO. Don't see this going to the scorecards no matter what. Kind of a toss-up, but I think Reyes, he's not completely washed. You can't sit there and say he's washed after a Carlos Ulberg loss, okay? Like I said, it was styles, but also Ulberg is fighting for the belt on the same fucking night, people. Okay? He has a comeback win after his long losing streak against Dustin Jacoby, which I think is going to age super well. Jacoby is a good fucking fighter. That's a good fighter. Let me take a sip. Sorry. Jacoby is a good fighter. I think so. I know so. And maybe the Ming Yang performance from Walker, maybe that was a fluke. Maybe that was more on Ming Yang's fault for losing than Johnny Walker's fault, you know? Who knows? But I just think Dominic Reyes is going to get it done, okay? I don't see him becoming champ again. And, hey, listen, he beat John Jones. Dominic Reyes beat John Jones, okay? He did. I watched that back, made a video, worst upsets. He beat John Jones, okay, people? He did. 100%. Does that matter now? Not really, especially against Johnny Walker. But I just got to go with Dominic Reyes. I met him too. He's my favorite IT guy. Took a picture with him. He's great. Nice guy. But that I'm not biased, okay? I'm not letting that into my prediction. But round 1 KO. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh my god. Okay, I got Paulo Costa winning 29-28. Let me talk about this. Sorry, I fucked that up. Azamat Murzakanov coming off a win against Rakic, Ribeiro, and Manyfield, all by round 1 KO. Paulo Costa coming off a a win over Roman Kopylov, loss against Sean Strickland, and a loss against Robert Whittaker. Okay, since I already revealed this shit, I'm going to go quick. Paulo Costa does super well against southpaws. He does. In almost every fight he's won, it's been against southpaws. Roman Kopylov is a southpaw. Yoel Romero is a southpaw. What other fights? Fuck. I think Rockhold's a southpaw. But it's not like, oh, he's better punching. The kicks. I think the kicks are going to be what matters in this fight. Also, lighter man skill. Let me just say that right out the bat. Lighter man skill. Murzakanov, he's not fat, but he's got that dad bod. He got power. He's actually light on his feet for his body shape. It's a bit crazy. But Paulo Costa, he's got a good chin. He does. His power is low-key overrated. He doesn't have that one-punch knockout power. He doesn't. I don't know why people say that. Maybe because he looks like he would, but he doesn't. But his kicks are going to be what I think is going to be the most important thing in this fight. I think he's going to maintain distance, snipe him with the body kicks, get the leg kicks going, make him switch stance, and then just dominate when he switches stance. I don't think Murzakonov's not a switch, okay? There's definitely going to be a performance decrease when Murzakanov goes from southpaw to orthodox, because it's a bit weird. Listen, try riding with your dominant hand, and then try riding with your other hand. It's weird as fuck. I hate going from orthodox to southpaw. Everyone should know how to do it. He definitely knows how to do it, but it's not comfortable. It's like, I was about to talk about jerking off with your right hand if you're a righty, or but I'm not gonna go there. I'm not. Okay? It's like driving in America with the steering wheel on the left side, and then driving in, let's say, like Japan with the steering wheel on the right side. You could do it, but it's gonna feel weird, And hey, lighter man skill. So I do think this is gonna be a Paulo Costa 29-28. I think Paulo Costa has good deep grappling defense too. We haven't seen a lot of Murzakonov's grappling. Not gonna lie, we haven't. But I think Costa is gonna be good. I think this is gonna be a Paulo Costa masterclass. I really think so. Fuck, but it's really a toss-up. It's either Paulo Costa 29-28 or Murzakanov round 2 TKO. But yeah. Lastly, the main event, boys. Yuri Prochazka coming off a crazy win against Khalil Roundtree, win over Jamal Hill, and then a loss against his nemesis Alex Pereira. Carlos Ulberg coming off of that win over Dominic Reyes, style clash. A low-key, I think, just watched it back, a robbery win over Jan Blachowicz. I think he lost that. And then a close decision against Volkan Ozdemir, which is not a good look. But, guys, I've been thinking about this a lot. Every day, my thoughts wander to this fight. Who's going to win? Who do I see winning? And I think Carlos Ulberg. I predict a brutal KO. I see it in my head. I think Carlos Ulberg is going to be fucking out cold. He's gonna get out. He's gonna get his body separated from his consciousness. He's gonna go out. Round 4, Yuri TKO. How can you not? How can you not, man? A close decision against Volkan Ozdemir. In the round 3, it was getting a bit hairy because Volkan was pressuring. Dude, So, like Volkan Ozdemir's pressure versus Yuri Prohaska's pressure, they're not on the same level. They're not even close to the same level. Okay, Ozdemir's pressure is like level 5. Prohaska's pressure is like level fucking 100, dude. His nemesis is Alex Pereira. Carlos Ulberg's not on the same level as Alex Pereira. I don't give a fuck if you say, hey man, Carlos Ulberg, he's gonna kick Prohaska. He's gonna kick him. Yuri's not that good against leg kicks. Carlos Ulberg is gonna go out there and leg kick him. Shut the fuck up. I don't care if that happens. It's not gonna play any part. Yuri Prohaska is a fucking samurai. He's a fucking samurai, okay? I don't give a shit. He's gonna go out there, maybe lose the first 3 rounds, maybe lose the first 2 rounds, and then start coming back in the 3rd round. And then eventually, he's gonna find that KO. He really is. I don't give a fuck about Carlos Ulberg's check hook. I don't give a shit. He doesn't have the same power of Alex Pereira. He doesn't. Okay? He doesn't. Yuri Prohaska is going to go out there and get the belt and then watch, and his daughter's going to be born, and then he's going to give her the belt. Okay? And that power, Yuri's going to transfer his samurai power from a little bit of him to his daughter via the belt. He's going to touch the belt after this fight, after he knocks out Ulberg. He's going to go into a dark room before his daughter is born. He's going to go into a room, right? He's going to get the belt. He's going to hold it. And he's going to go, and he's going to transfer his power via touch and humming. His power is going to go into the belt. And then when his daughter is born, he's going to take his daughter, lift her up, strap the belt around her waist. And I don't care if this is an infant. It doesn't matter. He's going to find a way because it's Yuri Prohaska. But he's going to put the belt on her. And then he's going to redo it. He's going to go, and the power is going to transfer from the belt to his daughter. And the daughter is going to grow up to be the WMMA GOAT of all time. She is going to be Mrs. Samurai. That sounds wrong. But she's going to be a fucking samurai as well. She's going to go out there and demolish everyone. Okay? That's what's going to happen. I don't give a fuck about Carlos Ulberg's left arm tattoo of a fucking turtle. I don't give a shit. Yuri is a fucking samurai. He is that guy. He is that guy. When you think of that guy, Yuri Prohaska, his face should pop up in your mind because Yuri Prohaska is that guy. Gotta calm down, man. Holy shit. I'm so excited for this card. I'm really nervous. I haven't been this nervous for a fight, for a main event in a while. Not even Oliveira versus Taporia gave me this much anxiety. Okay, I'm nervous. I love the sport. I love Yuri. I want him to win, and I know he's gonna win. I don't think he's gonna win. I know he's gonna win. Let's go, Yuri. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. Really hope this card is really good. It should be. It's gonna be stacked. Next week we got Burns versus Mallet. Fuck! I don't want to go back to that, dude. We got like 3 weeks before 328, which I'm going to be there in person. UFC Perth, that's looking like a really good fight night, I'm not going to lie. But like we got, shit, that's going to be so terrible to do. But yeah, I got 2 videos that I'm going to be releasing. I'm going to be matchmaking the top 5 in every division and also talking about UFC's problems, top 2 problems right now. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. See ya.